Hi folks, welcome back to Burger 667. Update for March and 2K12. A little bit more than the last ones. We are about 63 articles here. So let's mount the camera and we get started. Okay. We soon will fix the mount the camera, but this box is just too big. So I have to move it around a bit so you can see it. Okay. You see, it's a box of an Atari 2600. It was as a child my first video game system. I loved it. Yeah. Who don't? Okay. So I bought it for 19 euros, including the box. That's why I got it. I love it to have the box here. It's still in good condition. Some bit bending here. That's okay. And now I show you what was in the box. First of all, okay, the inlay was missing, so I made a box myself. I'm still working on something. I'll show you later, if I don't forget it. So of course we have the system itself. Never mind that. So the black one, not the wood one. It's okay. The cable for the TV is mounted on it, can't remove it. We got two of these sticks here. I don't like them very much because you can't really feel when you are to the side. And it's just for right-handers. So left-handers will have some problems here. It's not my problem, I'm right-handed. We got, of course, the power cable. That looks weird. I just know this plugs from audio systems like headphones, but here it's for power. Why not? It's new for me. And in the box there, of course, is the manual for the system itself, and this game belongs there too. And we get some extra stuff which is inside the box. Oh, let me clean up here a little bit so we have more space. There we go. We have some more games. We have tennis, snail against squirrel, we have volleyball, and we have basketball. And those four came with their instructions, unfortunately without the box, but that's okay. The games are not so expensive on eBay, so I will get the box anytime. I will see when I want. And we have two other controllers for the Atari. Like I said, altogether what I show you then and these two balls here, for together 19 euros. It's not much in dollar, let me guess. About $15 maybe. Am I right? Am I wrong? Yeah, about this. So here you hear when you put a direction, that's very great. And the button is in the middle, it's good for right and good for left, that's okay. Two of them, the cables are a bit shorter than the original ones. That's okay. For 19 euros, that's great. So, that was one system this month. And we got another system this month. Now I finally own a GameBoy Color in purple, pink, no it's purple. Has a little scratched, it's a little bit scratched over here. Doesn't matter, you don't see it when you play. That's okay, I got it from a flea market. And all the Game Boy games I will show you as follows. And this one I bought together. I put it here so you know what I mean. So we have the games. Pokemon, the Gold Edition. Just a loose cartridge without box or manual. We have the classic, one of my favorite from my childhood, DuckTales. As a kid I thought it was a hard game. Now I got it back on Game Boy, I tried it, and in my second or third try I was through the game and see the credits. Yeah. We have for the Game Boy Color, it's Harvest Moon. It's a farming social game. and you can play it on the Game Boy Color, then it looks like this ones, and on the Game Boy, original Game Boy. That's when you buy a Game Boy game or a Game Boy Color game. You know, the original Game Boy games are always in gray. The Game Boy Color games, I'll show you in a minute. So this is the I don't know who I should call them. Okay, you can play them on both the Classic and the Color. These are always in black cartridges. And we come to the next game. Okay, move it aside, it's in the way. So we come to the next game. This is only for Game Boy Color. It's the Fish Files. It's an adventure, which looks pretty good for the time and for the system, of course. And when we come to Game Boy Color games, we always have these cartridges here, where you can see through, and these are only for Game Boy Color. Oh, and of course for Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Player on GameCube, okay, for the follow systems, of course. So, let's go on, still on Game Boy, now the classic Game Boy games. All together we have Marble Madness. I guess everyone who's older than 16 knows Marble Madness. It's an arcade classic game, of course. Then we have Nintendo World Cup. Everyone who had an NES knows Nintendo World Cup. So I'm guessing, and I know it from the NES, I didn't know it was on Game Boy too. But it's exactly the same game, just in 4 colors, or 4 grays. Then we have another Pokemon, the Blue Edition. Unfortunately without manual. Somehow I will get it, I guess. And we have Tiny Toon Adventures, Bub's Big Break. There was a Tiny Toon Adventures on the NES too, but this one is different. It's not only the same game in less colors. It's a complete different game. So, and all together we have these games, yeah. That's great, you know, Game Boy Color games. You put them in the, yeah, you see here, it's a little logo, little icon. So, but when you put them like this in your closet, you always have to guess which games are these. Okay, Harvest Moon is okay, but the Fish Files? No title on it. And always you have to turn them. Oh look, there's a little Pokemon writing. Okay, doesn't matter. It's another video, some content. So, and we have the Game Boy Color itself, we have the DuckTales and the Gold Pokemon together on the flea market. The nice lady who sold it said, oh, I'll only give it away all together for 60 euros. And I said, no, that's too expensive. I said 40. And then we met somewhere between it, about 46 euros for all this together. There were some batteries inside, so I could test all the games. They worked fine. I just said 45 euros, but she said, no, I want this €1 extra, of course. So that's still a good price for all the stuff. Okay, let's go on with little handhelds. We have the Nintendo DS Face Training. It's a little bit special because it's only for DSi and DSXL, or I don't know how you call it in America. Must be XL, I don't know it exactly. So it's not for the DS Lite or the classic Nintendo DS. Yeah, like it says, face training. You train your face, your muscles in your face. Some exercise for your face training. Why not? Why not? Then we have Gran Turismo 5 Prologue. Gran Turismo. Hey, there is a new one. When it's coming out? Oh, in about 6 or 7 years, I guess. Yeah, so between the next real ones and the last real one, Gran Turismo, there's always a prologue or some sort of bigger demo version. But that's okay. I borrowed some PlayStation games from a friend when I had the system new. And I surprised myself as I figured out this one was the game I played the most. So I bought it, I got it now for 5 euros, that's fine. Here we have a Mega Drive game, or Genesis like you call it in America. It's Bloodshot, it's a first person shooter. a real early one for game consoles, not for PC. But it looks great for its time and it's good playable. A little bit later this came out again under another title. It was Battle Frenzy then. It was exactly the same game. Maybe the title Bloodshot was too violent, I don't know. So let's go on with some PC games. There we have Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 2. What a title. Okay, it's the Game of the Year edition with some extra maps and the soundtrack on the DVD, it's on there. My problem is I couldn't get it to run. It needs Steam and it's Microsoft Windows Live, Games for Windows Live, that's what it's called. So I got both of this on my computer, but this motherfucker wouldn't start. So I don't know if the game is good or not. And speaking of long titles like this one, we have Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, the Clone War Campaign expansion. That's the title. It's a motherfucking title. Yeah, like you guess, it's an expansion for Galactic Battlegrounds. Usually some PC games came out over and over for cheaper and lower prices. Especially here in Germany, I don't know in America exactly. But unfortunately, this one and the main game for this add-on never came out again. And so they are a little bit rare. The add-on is a bit more expensive than the game itself, and I still have to buy the game itself so I can play the add-on. So now we come to another flea market found I was really happy about. NES games. We have here the Ice Climber, one of the earliest NES games, and I found it very hard as a kid, and today I'm not even much better in it. Special here it's the little box. This piece is missing. So it's the same inside. Here is the game and the manual, same as here, but here is just 4 centimeters of plastic so that the game wouldn't shake in it. I searched in the internet, but I didn't find really good answers why this is so, and I was guessing because this is all in English and this is all in German. I was guessing this is the British version, or okay, not American. It's a European version, but the British version, and no, it isn't, because when you look in it, there of course is a manual, and this is completely in German. Okay, by the way, it's not really a manual. It's a sort of paper. So I don't know exactly why these little boxes do exist, but what I know is that these little boxes for collectors are a bit more expensive. So I keep it, of course. Why not? Same as here, RC Pro. I got the big box of the game, and I thought, okay, I'll take the game. So I have to mention all these NES games I show you now, I bought together on the flea market as a package, and I come to the price at the end of these games. So I have RC Pro Am in the big box, but without a manual, and I thought, okay, it's there, you take out the manual and sell the rest. Yeah, you think of it, it has the same manual as the Ice Climber, it's just a piece of paper printed on both sides. So it's a different manual. Now we come to tennis. Oh, and the small box too. And what I found out, because I have this one tennis here as a loose cartridge without box and manual. And when you look at it, the old ones, especially the Nintendo games, so RC Pro Am doesn't have it because it's from Rare, I think. Was it Rare? I don't know exactly. Yeah, but it couldn't be from Nintendo because Pro Am was on Mega Drive 2 or Genesis. So here we go. You have this label on it, the cartoonish one, and later tennis came out in the big box, and we have this 8-bit logo on it, which looks more like the game, it's more like a cartoon. But all the games have it here. If you go to Ice Climber, You have the cartoon label too. And later Ice Climber came out again and had an 8-bit logo on it. So, close that too. Let's get on with the big boxes for NES. We have Donkey Kong Classics. 2 games including Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. Yeah, if you're interested in video games, you know what's Donkey Kong about. First appearance of Mario, formerly known as Jumpman in this game. Especially in Donkey Kong Classic, in Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. he wasn't in. Oh, he was, as a bad guy. Yeah, I remember, sorry. So if you look there, that's the early appearance of Mario. And where he is, there he is. But in these games he was called Jumpman. They didn't have the name for him. So we have another favorite from my childhood, it's DuckTales. It's a really fun game. I like the series, of course, about Uncle Scrooge and the nephews. I like the game, and I was very proud as a kid as I beat it. And today, yeah, I got it back and I put it in my console, and yeah, after not over a half an hour, I see the credits again, so I still can play it. It's from Capcom. They had the Disney license early in the years. They made the Chip and Chat games for the NES 2, and DuckTales 2 was from Capcom. So, and here we have Excite Bike. I had the loose game cartridge earlier, and now I got it complete. Instructions box, or what you need. And we have Pinbot. It's a real early flipper pinball game, and was fun. Okay, ball physics wasn't not so good in this time, but you have this isometric perspective on the table, which makes it a good playable pinball game. And last but not least for NES, we have Star Tropics. It's a game like Zelda. You collect weapons and hard containers, and you have to talk to people, have your overworld and some dungeons. It's a fun game, of course. So, and now we come to the price. So, I was on a flea market, saw all these 8 games on a table. I asked him, I took DuckTales in my hand, looked at it, it's okay, it's complete. I asked him, well, what do you want for it? And he asked me, for all together? I said, well, just say. And he said, yeah, 10 euros. And I asked him, for all together? And he said, yes. I said, okay, so I guess I take them. And this is really, it's about not even €1.50 for each game. €1.25 if you must know exactly. You couldn't get them any cheaper. And even if I owned some games of this one before, I would have taken it and sell the rest I got. And so that's, I don't know. I like to buy from people who don't have a clue what they are selling. So let's go on with PlayStation 1. Here we have All-Star Boxing. You guess what it is. It's a boxing game. Oh, okay. The case is a little bit broken. Doesn't matter. Boxing game in such cartoon style. That's okay. Nothing special. Here we have Animal Snap. I thought, well, Animal Snap, never heard of it. Never saw it. I don't know what it is. And I turned it around and it's just a Mahjong clone. That's okay, because here about in the West there are not so much Mahjong games who are not in Japan here. So that's fine. And here we have Eliminator. That's an area fighting racing game. It's a little bit like Destruction Derby, only in the future with a futuristic touch. So, and even here, nothing special. Now we have a game, I don't have to say much for it, it's Euro 2000. Okay, when you're from America, the Euro 2000 is same as the Football World Championship, but it's all 4 years, like the Football World Championship. So when you have a World Championship in 2002 and 2006 and 2010, the 2 years after that there is always a Euro Football Championship, which is only from European teams, from different European countries and not from all over the world. So, and this is just a football game for the European Championship 2000. And here we have another game, I don't have to say much about it. It's Formula 1 World Grand Prix, Formula 1 World Grand Prix, Season 99. If you know Formula 1, I guess you do. You know what this game is about. Same as here. You know FIFA, it's football. I don't know why it's called football. I guess football was the game with the field goal and touchdown and stuff. Okay, but it's called FIFA football. Shouldn't it be FIFA soccer? Please tell me if you know. So, it's a football game. A soccer game. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Here we have Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. That's the game to the first Harry Potter movie / book. That was a story back there. You always know. A long time you just see one screenshot of the game and no infos, just saying, "Oh yeah, we are on it, we make it." And later it came out and okay, it's Harry Potter. Who needs? We have Crazy Ivan, the bad Russian. So it's an action mecha, beat 'em up, shoot 'em up, spectacle game. Can't say much about it. Give it a try. It's not that bad. So, and we come to 2 more games I don't have to say much about. It's NBA Live 2K3. It's basketball. And we have NHL Face Off. And this time I just say nothing. Yeah, and we come to Q*bert. After Atari stopped making game consoles, they sold their trademark, their heroes, their games, their licenses to other systems. So, like Sonic on Nintendo today, there was Q*bert later on PlayStation. I don't like Q*bert on the Atari back in my childhood. I don't like it today. So, okay. We have Running Wild. It's a fun race. No, it's not a racer. It's a fun runner. Yeah, that makes sense. So it's like a fun racing game like Mario Kart. Doesn't make much wrong. But the difference is their characters are running and not driving. Nice to know. Game is okay. Here we have Spec Ops Ranger Elite. That's a team-based shooter. It's not so good because in the early years of PlayStation you couldn't play online. So that makes you always have to play with some AI and oh yeah. You know that they're not very good. We have Superbike 2000. It's a classic version, but it's not a platinum, so it looks great in the line with the other games. Not this stupid silverback or black. That's good. So it's a motorbiking game. Nothing special. And talking about nothing special, we have Tiger Woods 99, not 2000. Yeah, you know one Tiger Wood, you know all Tiger Woods. Better graphics today, same game. And I don't know if there were other holes back in 99 and today, and I don't care even. So here we have Theme Park. It's a construction game like SimCity, but as you guess, you manage a park here. It's great, it's nice optical. It's fun, it's cartoon style a bit. I liked it back then and I like it today too. Last one for the PlayStation, we have Urban Chaos. I owned it for the Dreamcast too, but that doesn't make the game any better. It's yeah, an action sci-fi third-person thing. Nothing you need to play. So now we come to Xbox 360. There we have Kinectimals in the great box, including the blue tiger. It's, what's it called? The Maltesian tiger. So what's inside I'll show you in an unboxing, of course, when I make the next one. Yeah, great box with a tiger. And there's a code inside, so you can bring this tiger into the game too. Yeah, that's Kinectimals. And here we have a special edition this month. We have Drivers San Francisco, the collector's pack. You know what's inside, I'll show you in another video. In my next, or one of my next unboxings. So, come to the normal games. We have the Alien Breed trilogy, including the 3 Alien Breed titles you can buy on Xbox Live Arcade. I don't know for PlayStation Network, I'm not sure. But here all together, if you buy them on the marketplace, they cost about 10 euros for 800 pounds. And here I got them all together for 15 euros. That's okay. Here we have a standard Marvel action movie game. Yeah, I don't have to say much more about it. I said all in this one sentence. If you know one, you know everyone. Not really good, but internet shop sold them for 10 euros, so I'll take one. It's easy for 1000 gamer scores if you're interested in. Here we have The Adventures of, in America it's The Adventures of Tintin. The Secret of the Unicorn, that's another title in German. Instead of Tintin, they're called Tim and Struppy. Don't know why this is so, but this is so. So that's a good platforming game. I didn't see the movie and I don't care about the movie. It's not my kind of thing. But the game is okay. And we have the Dreamcast collection, including Crazy Taxi, Space Channel 5 Part 2, Sonic Adventure and Sega Bass Fishing. Yeah, the problem about it is Crazy Taxi had great music and product placement like Pizza Hut and I don't know what was all inside in the game. But today there were license problems. You don't have The Offspring in music, or I thought Bad Religion was in it too. Okay, you don't have them and you don't have Pizza Hut in it, and yeah, that's a problem. So Space Channel 5 Part 2, it's okay. You can't go nothing, you can't make much wrong here. And we have Sonic Adventure. The problem here is you still have to, if you want the game complete, you have to buy the extra stuff from the marketplace. It's not so fun, that wouldn't be a problem to put it on the disc, I guess. And we have Sega Bass Fishing, which isn't much fun without the controller, the fishing rod controller. Yeah, you can buy them all together on the marketplace, each for 800 Microsoft points. And I bought this collection for 13 euros. So, made a good deal. Oh, that was the camera. So, getting back on. Here we have Formula 1 2010. As I mentioned before, if you know Formula 1, I don't have to tell you much. And we have Homefront, the Ultimate Edition, including every download content there is available. It's the German version, doesn't matter, it's 100% uncut. The game itself, yeah, the story mode is a good game for one evening, about 4 or 5 hours and you are through. The main part is of course the online part for about 32 components, yeah, 32 people together. It's great, but the story, I like the story more than the online part, because it's some sort of alternative history. So North and South Korea fusioned, were drawn together, put together. They have a peace and run over to the US. So this is the wars in US today. Here we have Knight's Contract, another piece of not so special edition. It's just a paper box around the normal game. But I like the game, it's some fantasy, brutal knight fighting story game. I don't know how to explain exactly. Shadows of the Damned. It's one of the Grasshopper manufacture games, like, how it's called, let me guess, I don't come on the name, No More Heroes, thank you. And of course the next one is Lollipop Chainsaws, so they're very screwed and I like them, because it's a black humor in it. I think some sort of funny, I like them. And we have Sniper Ghost Warrior, the Gold Edition. Inside in the Gold Edition there is some download content, including a new game mode, and there is a dog tag, including the rubber ring, but I don't wear them, they're just in there. So, and here is a lie on it, it says 100% uncut, but it's not. The beginning movie sequence, there is a headshot you see, and there is some little bit less blood in the German version, but that's okay, I don't care about it, it's not really hard cut. And we have Red Faction Armageddon. Many people say, well, this game isn't worth $10, 10 euros, 10 pounds, whatever. So that's true, I bought it for 5. The early Red Faction were solid ego shooters, but after Guerrilla it went downward, and this is the bottom of everything if you want it, so it's not a good game. Yeah, talking about not so good games. Yeah, so my mama said if you couldn't say anything nice about someone, better say nothing. That's what I should do here, but that would be too easy. So as you see, we have Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, and this game sucks. As a Resident Evil fan as I am, you are waiting something story-like, and oh, the story is shit. The graphics of the game, well, they're okay, they're not so bad. So the story, nah, forget it. The team shooting, doesn't matter if together or against each other, it sucks. You know, you play an online versus game, you stand on the middle of the map, and then a licker touches you, but there is no licker. You're just permanently losing energy. You get it shown, but there is no enemy around you, and then the licker touches you with his tongue, and you just blink an eye and you're moved or warped all over the map. You're on a complete different part of the map. I don't know what it is or why it is. So, okay, and the story, so I can tell you I played on German. Yeah, and the voices there suck. They're not good. You are waiting, if you see the Nemesis, you're waiting like, stars! Yeah, and the German version, it's like they're giving some student €5 and say, oh, just say stars for us. And it sounds like, stars. Yeah, that's frightening, isn't it? Yeah, oh, there are 7 missions for solo game in it. They're not so good. You know, they're not following the storyline. You get the G-Rivals from Birkin, from his lab, and you remember a movie sequence from Resident Evil 2? Birkin was hunting them through the sewers. This time it's through his lab. That's not really cool. So there were 2 missions I like a bit more. You come to the police department from Raccoon City, you know 2 from the second part. And you come to the lab and train station, you know, from the second game too. They made a little bit fun, you know, you walk around there and see, oh, 14 years ago I just went through this door as Leon or as Claire, I don't know. But the rest of it, they suck. And if I put a headshot in an enemy, not a zombie, the zombies are okay, but the special forces here, they appear in the game. If I give them a headshot, they should fall. If I give them a second headshot, they should fall. If I give them 3 headshots, they should fall. No, they take up to 4, 5, 6. They take up a lot. You can put them many bullets in the head, they won't die. That sucks. And the hunters, you stand before them, you know, in the first Resident Evil you put 2 shotgun blasts in them and they were gone. This time you need 10 minimum. And yeah, I could go on and just buy the game. Okay, I can't stop anyway. Some friends from my list, they borrowed it from the rent store, and I asked them to make some online achievements and they said, no, I won't play this game anymore. They just looked in the first mission and never played it again, and yeah, I paid 55 euros for it. If I only knew better, today you get it, it's not worth it, 10 euros. It sucks, don't buy it. Yeah, come back to something better. I wouldn't expect that I ever say this about a Resident Evil game for a test drive. Okay, Jesus, who had ever imagined? So, we have Test Drive Unlimited 2. It's the same as the first one, so it's a good game. Doesn't make anything wrong. The only difference is, okay, you have other cars and a new optical engine, and okay, this is normal stuff, and you are on a complete different island. First part was on, I think, Haiti, Hawaii, I don't know exactly, I can't remember. This time you're somewhere in the middle sea, about Spain island, I don't know, Ibiza, I don't know exactly, but that's a different part. And here we have another not so special edition, because it's a nearly normal game in the pad box, but here we have a nice 3D picture on it. Looks great, I like it. Yeah, the game inside, of course, and we have some extra download content here. So now we come to another big box. We have the U-Draw game tablet. Yeah, THQ is losing. You know what? Because of this and Red Faction Armageddon, and yeah, they're making something wrong. This game, I wouldn't call it game. This program sucks. You know, it's a nice idea because you have the game inside, including the game tablet. So this is the part here is a touchscreen. That's okay. The game is something like Mario Paint. So here is the touchscreen, this part. But in the game itself, you have on the right and left side of your screen, you have some menu bars. So this means the touchscreen, the pad, is not this part, it's this part. That sucks. And you have this pen here. So that's okay, you paint with the pen. But you have to hold the pen, only the tip of the pen may touch the game tablet. If you touch it with your fingers, it's recognized from the game as the pen. So normally you write like this, you put your hand on the plate and write. But you can't do here, you have to hold just the pen on the tablet. That sucks. Okay, it's an easy gamer score game for 1000 points. If you care, that's okay. Some mini games inside. You remember the fly hunt from Mario Paint? An equal one is inside here, and some sort of labyrinth where you move the ball around this. And that's okay. That's not so good. So we have some U-Draw games. I own 3 U-Draw games. That means I own all of them. I own all of them, which are available for the Xbox. Why not? There are a little bit more for the Wii, but I have it on the box. We have Pictionary. You know Pictionary as a tabletop game. This is the interactive version of it. And we have Marvel's Superhero Squad Comic Combat. Yeah, that's an interactive comic book. You can paint some and draw some, and yeah, goodbye THQ. Yeah, and speaking about bad games, we have Virtual Tennis 4. In the Dreamcast area, Virtual Tennis was the perfect tennis game. It was great, it looked great, and yeah, but then there came Virtual Tennis 2K9, which was actually the fourth part. And yeah, it goes down, and then come Virtual Tennis 4, and it's even worse. And yeah, Virtual Tennis was great in the early ones. So the first and the second part are great games. But after that, the third was okay, but then down, bad, shit. So yeah, better buy Smash Court Tennis. It's a lot better than Virtual Tennis today. And the final game today, we have X-Men Dynasty Destiny. This is like Spider-Man. Every year Activision brings another X-Men title on the market. So we have here a standard X-Men fighting game, beating game, I don't know exactly. But it's a fun game. So, that's all for today. See you next month.